Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So one thing new, I do have shorter hair. If you've seen my video about the Wella toner, I had long hair, it was blonde and this really weird orange color. So I finally got my hair to be one fucking color, and fortunately I did have to cut it. It's basically my choice to cut it because it was very dead and I didn't like the way it looked. So I cut it and I'm absolutely in love. So today I'm going to be going over a couple things that I thought of as a kid. So I was going through YouTube, I was watching, Jenna Marbles and Michaela Long, and I came across the, things that they thought of as a kid, and I thought that was kind of cool because, as everybody gets older, we realize all the things that we thought of as a kid, and we realize how dumb they were. But as a kid you have like this huge imagination that eventually goes away as you get older. So the very first thing that I want to go over that I thought of, so when I heard of somebody drowning, I thought that meant like you would go down the drain, like in the bathtub. So like when kids would like drown in the bathtub, like I'd hear stories, about kids that drowned in the bathtub. I thought that you went down the drain. So I would always rush out of the bathtub when like the water was rushing down to the drain, like when it would make that noise and stuff. Like I was always terrified, and I was always thinking, I was like, how do people fit in that small drain? Because it's like this little hole, and I'm like, people are really big, how do they fit down in there? So it didn't make any sense to me, and then it was one of those things that just like clicked, and I was like, okay, Hannah, people go underwater, they can't breathe, and then they drown, and you don't go down the drain. That's not a thing, that can't happen. Only hair and water and everything else go down the drain. So something I thought when I was a kid was my stuffed animals had feelings. So I would always make sure that like if I slept with one, like my other stuffed animals would feel lonely or like upset because I didn't choose them. So then I'd wind up having like all my stuffed animals in my bed because I didn't want them any of them being lonely or mad at me because I didn't choose them, or sad. I didn't want my stuffed animals to be sad. So I would think that they had feelings as well as like other inanimate objects. I don't think I said that right. But stuffed animals was the main thing. I thought, like my Play Pockets and my Barbies and stuff did too. So I think that's why I took such good care of things. I didn't want to hurt their feelings. So then I think this next one, pretty much everybody thought, white milk came from a white cow and brown milk, or chocolate milk came from a brown cow. That's something that I thought, and then that's another thing that you should kind of like come to realize as you get older. You're like, no matter what color, fur, or whatever you call that on the cow, what color it is, it's gonna produce white milk. All milk is white, and when it is chocolate milk, obviously they put chocolate in it. So then when people would go to grocery stores and they'd ask if you want cash back, I never understood why like my mom would never say yes all the time, because I thought getting cash back meant like you were just like, yeah, I want $20 or $40, I just need that money, so give it to me, like I thought it was like free money. So I thought, I didn't think that it came out of your actual bank account. So you swipe your card and that $20, $40 is actually coming out of your bank account. And I think one day my mom finally explained it to me because I was really confused on what that meant. So I never understood why people was like, well, if this is free money, then how come, how come people don't do that all the time? And I finally was like, okay, that was dumb. Like, of course it comes out of your bank account. You can't get free money. When it came to swallowing gum, I thought, I was told that it took like 7 years to digest. Well, I thought that, gum just stayed in you like forever. Like you swallowed gum, you're fucked. Like you got gum in your system forever. Obviously that's not how it happens. To this day, I really don't know what happens to gum once you swallow it. So when I was little, I would always make sure that my feet were covered. When I had my feet covered at nighttime, I felt safe. So I thought that if my feet were covered or if my head was covered, then I was safe. Like nothing could get me, nobody was gonna like grab my foot and drag me out. It wasn't necessarily like monsters. I wasn't really into the whole monster thing. I guess it was kind of like, I was really scared of like ghosts and stuff. So I would thought like ghosts would come, or like if somebody was trying to kill me, they would grab my foot if it wasn't, you know, covered up by the blankets. So I would always cover myself up, or if I would hear random things, I would take my blanket and I would just cover up my face real quick. And I'd be like, okay, my head's covered, my feet's covered, I'm safe, we're good, nothing's gonna happen to me. And then I think another thing that everybody thought as a kid was if you're bad, you got coal in your stocking. So I would always kind of make sure that it was good, because I always wanted presents in my stocking, not coal. Because I was always told if you're bad, you know, you get coal in your stocking, and like that was like the thing like in movies and stories and stuff like that. So of course I thought that too. So the last one, I think probably a lot of people were told this. The little light in your car that you turn on to see things, I thought it was like illegal to drive with that on, because every time I would turn it on, my mom would rush me to turn it off, or you know, she would yell at me because I turned it on while she was driving. And it never like occurred to me that it just kind of like affects your driving, because when you turn it on like at nighttime, you kind of see more like what's in the car on your windshield, and you know, depending on the time of day, it's kind of hard to see out the windshield. I always thought, oh my gosh, the light's on, hurry up, turn it off, I don't want to get pulled over. That's not the case. Apparently it's not illegal. It is okay to have that light on in the car if you're driving or parked. So that's about all the things that I can think of that I thought of as a kid. I'm sure I'll probably come up with tons more later on. I will be sure to make a second one. Be sure to check out my other videos. I try to post one every week. This one I posted a little bit late. I was going to post one about my hair, getting it done, but Dakota didn't get home in time, so he couldn't go with me to get it done. So sorry about that. That's about it for today. If you guys can think of anything that you thought of as a kid, go ahead and comment below, and make sure you give this a like and a subscribe, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.